Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another episode review. This is going to be for Gotham episode 11 of season 1, Rouges Gallery. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those that have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so yeah, 10 seconds are up. So for those that have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. So Rouges Gallery from Gotham, episode 11, season 1. What did I think of it? As usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rates. So yeah, basically, this is the first episode after the break, the mid-season break from like December and half of November, I believe. Basically, you have Gordon, and he's in Arkham Asylum because the mayor put him there after after Gordon being suspicious. After if you know the show, if you have seen the show, we all know that the mayor is really a complete douchebag and is really suspicious and really is he's basically Maroni's and Falcone's bitch. There's really no other way to put it. So yeah, but he hates Gordon because he's the only one of the cops aside from Bullock, who really doesn't want to go with the whole gang related thing. Bullock kind of goes with it, but he is a bit against it. So yeah, basically, you have Gordon. He's in Arkham Asylum. He's a security guard there, and it appears that he's been there for at least a couple weeks, maybe close to a month, more or less. And yeah, and all of a sudden there's this I want to say, I guess, crime, maybe. These incidents that's starting to pop up where you have a couple prisoners or patients who have these shock stings, I guess, or electrocution stings right here on the side of their heads. You have a couple of them who all of a sudden appear with that, and now they're trying to figure out who and or what caused this, and see how to stop it. And yeah, you also have a small subplot with Penguin, and he gets arrested. He turns out to be arrested on orders of Falcone for not Falcone, on orders of Maroni for trying to step on Maroni's shoes. And yeah, and then you have a small bit with Selena Kyle and Poison Ivy, and they enter into Gordon's home, basically sneak in there to get shelter for a couple of nights. And then you have his wife Barbra Gordon. She calls the house to check on Jim Gordon, whatever. And Poison Ivy answers the phone, and Barbra Gordon gets extremely pissed off and tells Gordon to go fuck himself. So yeah, honestly, I think everybody is in agreement. I'm pretty sure like 99% of the people who watch the show are in agreement when they say that Barbra Gordon is completely useless in the show. I think we can all agree that she's completely useless. She has no development. She's annoying as fuck. And I mean, I feel bad for the actress. It's just the way they write her. She's annoying. She's boring. No character development. And every time something bad happens to her, you're laughing, like straight up laughing. So yeah, and I don't blame the actress. I just blame whoever's the writing for the character. So yeah, I think Barbra Gordon is one of the worst characters on the show. I think we can all agree for that. And also, again, it's not the actress's fault. It's just the way that the creators write her, and also the fact that in the comics she really doesn't have a huge part outside of Batwoman. She really doesn't have that much of a huge role, and she's nowhere near Batwoman at this point. So yeah, I mean, overall it's actually pretty good comeback episode. From the break. Pretty interesting to have this plot, and also have Gordon in Arkham, because Arkham is the place where most of the Batman villains, came out of. You have like Harley Quinn, for example, the Joker. So yeah, Harley Quinn and Joker, I think, are some of the more notable ones. But you also do have some of the more B level and C level villains from Batman, also coming out of Arkham. You know, B and C level mostly, but Harley Quinn and Joker are maybe A list, some of the bigger ones. So yeah, um, yeah, likely that. And yeah, I mean, overall, this was a pretty interesting episode in my opinion, because this is the first time we're actually in Arkham, because we did have the actual art. We had episode 4 or 5, which was Arkham, but Arkham was only a setting. We didn't really see anything that actually happened within Arkham. Maybe 1 or 2 scenes within the perimeter of Arkham. In this episode, we finally get stuff that happens inside of Arkham. You see how the patients are working out stuff or whatever. We see how it's actually working out. So that's pretty interesting. We also do have the introduction of another 2 comic book characters. The first one being the Doctor that Gordon was talking to throughout the episode. I forget her name. So yeah. And the other character is the guy who turns out to be committing this crime, Shockwave things. Who he calls himself in the promo for the next episode. He calls himself the electrocutioner or something like that. So yeah, I'm gonna admit that I had a really I thought he was gonna be Hugo Strange, and many people agreed with me. I'm pretty sure most people would agree with me that he did have a Hugo Strange feel. So yeah, that was kind of weird for me. And then his accomplice at the end of the episode meant some people apparently thought he was Solomon Grundy, which was, I mean, kind of understandable but weird at the same time. So I mean, those 2 characters, they're good, but I think they need to be written out more properly in order for us not to be confused with other comic book characters. I mean, so yeah, it was a pretty good episode. There were some writing issues again, Barbra Gordon being the major one, and then a few other things that seemed a bit confusing to people, the general audience, with the people debating whether that's Hugo Strange or Solomon Grundy, who those characters are. So there were a few writing issues, but nothing really major. I mean, the acting as well is good. As usual, it's good. The action is good. There's a minor plot twist in the episode. There's a minor plot twist for the episode, and that's a pretty interesting reveal. It was only for the episode, but yeah, I mean, overall, I think the characters at the end of the episode that escaped Arkham, yeah, because they did escape, are gonna be huge for at least the next 1, maybe 2, tops 3 episodes of Gotham. So yeah, I mean, I think they're pretty interesting. And yeah, and it was pretty interesting just to touch back on Poison Ivy and Selena Kyle, because I mean, granted, we haven't seen them since like the break, and that was before the break, in the last episode of like episode 10, but still, kind of get more development out of those characters. I mean, even after that, even what's funny is that Poison Ivy, she's only been in 3 episodes. Poison Ivy's only been in 3 episodes, and she's better. She is way better written than Barbra Gordon, who's been in almost all of the episodes up until now. So that's just sad for the character. Honestly that's kind of sad for the character of Barbra Gordon, that a 5 or 6-year-old child who's been in the show for at least 3 episodes is way better written than her character, who's been in almost every episode. If anything, she probably missed 2 episodes. Yeah, so that's kind of sad. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I give it an 8 out of 10. I do think it could have been a bit better, but overall, it's actually a pretty great return episode. So yeah, I mean, Gotham for some reason is gonna take another break, and it's not gonna come back for another 2 weeks. So yeah, there's not gonna be a Gotham episode next week, but in 2 weeks there is the same week that Flash and Arrow come back. I believe that's the 18th or 19th when it comes back. So yeah, Gotham is gonna have episode 12 on the 18th or 19th of January for some reason. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. For this season, I'm going to be doing reviews for Gotham, Agent Carter, Flash, Arrow, Walking Dead, Constantine, Helix, and True Detective. And Scorpion. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm gonna catch up on True Detective and Helix. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be catching up on Helix up until I'm probably gonna finish all the True Detectives first season reviews by halfway through next week, and the Helix reviews, that's gonna take me at least to the end of January, which is when I'm gonna finish. So yeah, because there's season 1 and then there's season 2, which is starting next week too. So yeah, I'm gonna catch up like a motherfucker. So yeah, that's basically it for now. 8 out of 10. And yeah, subscribe, comment down below on your thoughts on the episode, like the videos on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.